Welcome to the Rock Apologetics videos. So the question again asked is, why do we believe that God exists? Well, believing he exists means that you believe it's true that he exists. And of course we do. That's the basis of Christianity. It's the basis of other religions also, but certainly Christianity. We think it's true that he exists. So what kind of evidence is there? Well, one is the Kalam cosmological argument. It goes like this. Whatever begins to exist has a cause for it coming into being. This is called the principle of sufficient reason. There has to be a reasonable explanation for why it came into being. The universe began to exist. Therefore, the universe has a cause for it coming into being. Let's briefly review that again. Whatever begins to exist has a cause for it coming into being. The universe began to exist. Therefore, the universe has a cause for it coming into being. Very brief, that's it. How about arguments for miracles? Now, a naturalist, or someone who believes in scientism, that only things proved by science should be believed, but that hasn't been proved by science yet, or naturalism, only natural things exist, but an idea that only natural things exist is a metaphysical thing. It exists only in a mind, and that's not a physical thing. So, but other than this irrational irregularities in modern science, the argument for miracles goes like this. A miracle is a supernatural event where the only sufficient reason is supernatural cause of some sort. Numerous miracles have been reported by persons all over the world over long periods of time. Let's say the resurrection of Christ. Therefore, it's reasonable to believe that God exists. Now, in order to overthrow the idea that miracles exist, you have to just blindly deny that they do exist and have to try to explain away all of the reasons, begging the question, by the way, that all of those people were mistaken and none of them were real. And we're talking about many, many miracles. So that's the argument for miracles. And the third is the argument from subjectivism. Excuse me, I'm a little bit sunburned, I'm itching. Subjectivism in this case is your own subjective conscience. It's kind of interesting. You can deny biblical morality. You can deny that there any kind of morality at all. There's lots of things you can deny. It's sufficient and interesting to know that nobody, and including the Bible, believes it's okay to violate your own conscience. The Bible tells you that, and everyone thinks that. And the Bible tells you this way. It says, even to a man that does what he thinks, if a man thinks that something is wrong to do and he does it anyway, of course it would be true of women also, then to him it is sin. It doesn't mean all sin is subjective. It means merely that if you think it's wrong to do and you go ahead and do it, then it's wrong for you to do that. So that is true. Everybody knows it. Everybody thinks this way. You don't violate your own conscience. So what are four possible explanations for why this absolute moral standard that everybody holds and believes should be true? Where did it come from? Well, there's only four places. One is from something less than me, just from nature itself. The trees and the rocks and the birds and the bees and the water and the dust in the atmosphere and the stars out there somehow lay this on us. Well, those things aren't rational. How could it have done that? It can't communicate. Those things can't communicate a rational thing to me. I can rationally think about them and deduce or induce true things about them, but they don't give me any direct information except about their existence or their being. So something less than you is an insufficient reason to believe that that's the cause of it. How about for me, for myself? I develop it. Well, that doesn't make sense because 6 billion people on Earth, suddenly all of them realize, hey, I've got to develop this thought. And then how can I lay those things on myself? How can I think it's wrong, that is not right, to do that? It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. If I'm the object, I'm the subject. Subjectivism means things about me. And things about something else, let's see, the books are objects. I can think thoughts about them. I know objective truths about them. But if I like the book or don't like the book, that's subjective. Okay, so I'm the subject, it's the object. I can't be both the subject and the object, and the object is something that I do. I can't subjectively make an objective observation. It's wrong to do this. Right and wrong is an objective thing, not a subjective thing. Okay, so that doesn't work. How about from other people that are equal to me? Well, let's say a professor or a peer of mine or something. Well, no, we don't. We tend to disagree with people like that, people around us. So that's an insufficient reason to believe that it's real. How about the number of people? Maybe the whole nation believes it's wrong, and suddenly we just get this filtered through us. Well, numbers of people don't make things right or wrong, right? So are true or false even. Okay, because a number of people believe it doesn't mean it's true. And because a number of people want it doesn't mean it's right, or don't want it doesn't make it wrong. Okay, so there must be something above me giving me that information that tells me it's wrong to disobey my conscience. That's the only rational explanation. There must be a God somewhere that sets standards of right and wrong, at least in your own conscience. So there's 3 different arguments that we gave you again. The Kalam cosmological argument, the argument from miracles, and from moral subjectivism. You know it's wrong to violate your own conscience. Whatever that is, you know that's wrong. So there is an absolute of one sort, at least, that you know of.